There are still some front row seats if anyone's interested. We are still neighbors, aren't we? Aren't we? Anyone? Takers? Got a half a dozen up here, going cheap. Come on, don't be shy. The local politicians don't fight, they throw rocks, but they don't fight. Anyone? It's very much late. Hey, what are you talking about?
Very much. All in hay. All in hay out
speculation as to how many pros and cons there were? I got some indication, but I missed it.
That the proponents were proponents of the law were about 3, and the opponents of the law were about 7, so 7 to 3 people opposing the law. And the comments were more than 3 to 1.
3 to 1 against.
No, it's really down.
I know that one.
Purpose of this special meeting, to vote on the proposed wind power facility law and to appoint an assessor. Our first resolution has to do with the seeker process, and Mr. Getman will kind of give us an overview on what this resolution means.
Well, whenever you're passing any discretionary law that affects the environment or could affect the environment, you've got to make determinations. What the proposed resolution does is indicate, yes, it's a direct action, type 1 action by the town board, but it is a negative declaration indicating that it doesn't have any adverse effects on the environment because you already have a wind power law. Essentially, you're making that wind power law more stringent. You're adding additional regulations, and also the fact that it's a generic wind power law, not site-specific, not project-specific. The environmental impact statements will have to be, when the initial applications, for instance, had been submitted to the EAF project, if you recall, there was a very significant environmental impact statement. I'm sure their Article 10 proposal also has site and project specific environmental impact statement. I said, it is for those reasons that I think that you can, present a negative declaration that it is, this law doesn't have adverse effects on the environment.
Okay, resolution to be used by the officers of Town Board, Town of Madison, Madison County, State of New York. Whereas Ronald C. Bono, Town Supervisor, Town of Madison, Madison County, does hereby make the following resolution, therefore be resolved on this first day of October 2013. I hereby submit to the Town Board for their consideration the following resolution. It is hereby resolved by Town Board, Town of Madison, passage of local law entitled Wind Power Facilities Law for the Town of Madison is considered to be a Type 1 direct action by Town Board under New York State Environmental Quality Review Act. But that negative declaration is hereby issued upon determination that the action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impact based on the following findings. The proposed law expands protections of the environment over the current law passed in 2011. The generic wind law is not site-specific nor site or project-specific. EIS will be required for projects permitted under the local law. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Town Board adopts this resolution. Okay, someone to move it for adoption?
I make a motion, we move it for adoption.
I'll second.
Jim Wondergan,
Yes.
Greg Rupert,
Yes.
Ron Bono,
Yes.
Brad Dixon,
Yes.
Penny Bukowski. Yes.
Okay, next resolution is for the actual, to adopt the local law. We've been working at this a long time. I think we've got a very good law here. We've listened to a lot of people's input. We've certainly improving over the present law that we have. We do have a wind power law, but this one is a lot stricter and it will protect our people a lot more. We have listened to the people. Wind Power Company has made some recommendations here a month ago. We did not change anything because of their recommendations. We felt that we had a good draft and we wanted to move forward with it. I'll read the resolution. Resolution to be used by officers, Town Board, Town of Madison, Madison County, State of New York. Whereas Ronald Bono, Town Supervisor, Town of Madison, does hereby make the following resolution. Therefore, it be resolved on this first day of October 2013. I above town officer do submit to this Town Board for their consideration and approval the following resolution. Whereas another public hearing was held on September 30th, 2013, therefore be resolved that the Town Board adopt local law number 1, final draft wind law as set forth in the following draft consisting of 29 pages. Someone like to move it for adoption?
Jim Wondergan.
I'd just like to make a comment before I vote. I listened to the speeches last night, and one kind of stuck out in my mind that the gentleman that talked about neither side wanting to give an inch. Both sides kind of just came together and nobody would move. I've been a negotiator for over 30 years. I've negotiated hostage negotiations, domestic violence, family disputes, labor relations, neighbor disputes. I've even kind of negotiated sometimes with members of the board. And one thing that I have to say is that when negotiations don't work or they fail, we go into an impasse. And what doesn't help any of this at all is intimidation. Intimidation that has no business being in any part of these negotiations that we're going through. Flexibility and compromise are always things that make things go forward. I would like to thank the Wind Advisory Board, the Planning Board, the general public itself, anybody that had anything to do with this, the town board, for all the input and everything that we've gone through this. And my vote is yes.
Greg Kruger.
Aye.
Ron Bowen.
Yes.
Randy Dixon.
Yes.
Patricia Bukowski.
Although I can legally vote, I am choosing to abstain so that there is no anything that could be a conflict of interest.
That was big of you.
Okay, next resolution. Resolution to be used by officers, town board, town of Madison, Madison County, state of New York. Whereas Ronald Bono, town supervisor, town of Madison, does hereby make the following resolution, and therefore it be resolved that on this first day of October 2013, I do hereby submit to this town board for their consideration and approval the following resolution. Whereas the assessor position term is run out and a new 7-year term is up for appointment and interviews have been held, now therefore be it resolved that the town board appoint Stephen Harris and affiliates as town assessor.
So moved.
Second.
Jim Longigan.
Yes.
Greg Kruger.
Aye.
Ron Bowen.
Yes.
Randy Dixon. Randy Bukowski. Yes.
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? Second. Adjourn. Thank you, folks.